Good day, grade 10s. Welcome back. We are now on video 4, where we will look at rounding. Remember, this resource is copyright protected, and unlawful use of this content can lead to prosecution. Material is not to be sold or to be used to make money. In this lesson, we will look at rounding. A lot of learners always ask, why do we have to round? We round things to make it easier to add up or to get an approximation of an answer that we are looking for. When we work with rounding, we should be very familiar with the distances and spaces on the number line. For example, if I have a number in the middle of 0 and 1, will be 0,5. So anything in front of it will be closer to 0, and anything after 0,5 will be closer to 1. Likewise, if I work in tens, in 20s, in 40s, in 50s, in hundreds, I must always consider which one is closer. So let's look at our first one. We are given the following numbers, and we have to round these numbers to the nearest whole number. 2,25 and 2,61. So if I have my number line and I have 2 over here and I have 3 over there, now 2,25 lies between 2 and 3, and 2,61 lies between 2 and 3. So 2,25 will be approximately here, so it will be closer to 2. So the nearest whole number to 2,25 will be 2. The nearest whole number to 2,61, so 2,5, 2,6, 2,61 will be on this side of 2,5, so that will take me closer to 3. The halfway mark, and from there I decide which one is closer. I hope that is clear. When I look at the next one, I must round it to the nearest 10. So the number is 2. So if I round to the nearest 10, I'm working with 0 and 10. So the halfway mark would be 5. 2 will be before 5. So the closest 10 will be 0. 7, 5, 6, 7. It will be closer to 10. 44. Closer to 40 or closer to 50? Closer to 40. 136 will be closer to 140 than what it is to 130. Now we go back to what we've been taught at primary school, when we worked with hundreds, tens, and units, tenths, hundreds, thousands. So, if I look at the number 3,634, I'm working with 3 units, 6 tenths, 3 hundredths, and 4 thousandths. So, if I have to round off to the nearest tenth, then I'm referring to this number. So, when I do my rounding, I always look at the next number. If this number is 5 and greater, this number will go to the following number. Now the following number is not the 3, it's the number that follows this number that stands in this designation. In this case the number is 6. What follows 6? A 7. So this answer, if I round it to the nearest 10th, then my answer will be 3,6, because this number is smaller than 5, and when the number is smaller than 5, this number remains the same. So the answer remains 3,6. If this number here was a 9, then this number would have become a 7. Okay? So, if they ask me to round it to the nearest hundredth or to 2 decimal places, there's the decimal comma, first decimal place, second decimal place. So, then I look at the next number, it's a 4, so this number remains unchanged. So the answer will be 3,63. So let's look at a number quickly and try to apply 1 to 7 on all of them. So let's look at the first number. 3,457 must be rounded to the nearest whole number. So when I round it to the nearest whole number, I look at the next number, it's a 4, so that one remains the same. I must round it to the nearest 10. 3 is closer to 0 than what it is to 10. So my answer will be 0. To the nearest 100. To the nearest 10. 10, that means the first decimal place. I look at the next number, it's a 5. So this number becomes a 5. 3, 5 will be my answer. Now I go to the next one. Next one says I must round to the nearest 100. So 100 is the second decimal place. I look at the next number, it's a 7. So this 5 becomes a 6. So my answer is 3,46. And the same will be applied if I say to round to 2 decimal places. My answer will be 3,46. If they say round to 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3 decimal places, there's nothing that follows this. So my answer remains 3,457 as my answer. 1 decimal place will be the same as rounding to a 10. Here's 2 numbers that you can apply these 7 steps to and see if you get this right. Once again, thank you for watching. I trust the explanation served you well. For any assistance or support with mathematics, feel free to get in touch with me. My contact details are displayed, and we are creating digital mathematics for the people. Goodbye.